Hello and welcome you faces back to another review. It's the first one in a very long time, I'll admit, but it's finally a review, so that's good, I guess. So I uploaded a video a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, showing a work in progress of a ship that I was working on. It was basically supposed to be for September. However, I failed miserably at counting. Somehow I made the main structure only 60 studs long and the cockpit 20, or 24 to be exact, when I was supposed to make the body 80 studs and the cockpit 24. So I would get 104 or 100 studs long. But now. That's how it turned out. I miscalculated, so this bit is 6 studs and this is 23. So I could sadly not enter it, but it still is a really cool mark, so I'm really looking forward to show it to you guys. And without further ado, let's get going. So first off, I'm going to show you the cockpit. So let me just lower the camera a bit so you get a bit of a better angle on this. There you go. As you can see, it's quite sleek looking. It's not perfect, in my opinion. I think I could have done it a bit better, but this will definitely do for now. And you can see there's 2 figures in there, and the way you enter the cockpit is you have to take these out, which is not very professional. That you have to remove parts to get into the cockpit, but that's all I could do for now. And then you just simply pop this out, and you have two hinge bricks there, so you can just simply open the cockpit like that and take your figures out or add different ones. It's very easy and very simple. So then you just close it like so, and the figures fits nice and tight in there, and you just connect it with using these 2 studs. And how this works is basically down here on the main structure, it kind of rests on the main structure of this. So while it's only held in there by 2 studs, which might seem, it kind of feels like it should use some more for such a big part, but it actually works out really good because it is resting on, also on the main structure, so it won't come on falling off. So that's the cockpit. So let's just move on to the side here. So we got this antenna here. You can do the tubing going around there, and you can see some details right here, which is some bionicle legs. Fun thing is that this is actually part of the main structure, and that's one of the points with like one of the design things that I want to include on this ship. Some things that you see here on this ship is not meant to be, well, not built simply to be details, but they are actually part of the main structure. For example, this right here, this bit here, and the technique part can continue up here, and then there is actually what holds this these legs in place. Of course, the bricks here help out a bit, but this is the main thing that makes them stay together, stitch more tighter. And throughout the ship, you can see some places where you see the sort of infrastructure of it, and that's part of the detail, and that's part of the whole idea. I think it turned out really good. So if you move along here, you can see a bit more of the shaping of this ship, how you got the bricks here moving inwards so it's a bit more narrow on the middle, or in the middle. But then you got the big rotors going out here, so it still looks massive, and it's got dual rotors mounted on there, which looks really cool, I think. And those are the ones that basically make it fly. It helps, it makes it fly. And then we have on the back, which I'm going to show later, big engines that make it move forward. This is, for the record, based on an old rock radio set that I will show you later in the video. So here you can see kind of what it looks like. not entirely satisfied with how this looks right here. I want to have something hanging down there, like sort of hook or something like that, that really would enchant the feel of Dropship. Right now you can of course see that it is a dropship, but it isn't as obvious where you would sort of connect the things, I guess you can say. Like, if you would have a, let me just grab a whole rock radius vehicle, since this is based off one. If you would have this, for example, there's no real obvious spot where is this connected? It's just kinda doesn't seem complete to me. But hey, that might be me. It might just be me. You guys might think it looks great, which I hope, of course. And the rotus spin, of course. Moving on, so now we can move on to the back. We've got a little more things happening in the back. So let me just move the camera around a bit. So here you can see the very big engines that I think have a pretty cool design, using some treads from a large bulldozer technique set, and you can see more of the infrastructure here with the bionicle legs. That I think gives a nice look. Some more details up here, and in the middle you have a little thing. You can see the bit of the mechanism here that will really give it away with your. Yeah, there you go. You can see it better now. Of course, it's a hatch in the back here. It's got a little Hoover Scout inside of it, so we can just scout the areas that you're going to before you like drop the thing. You can just simply go out and have a little look around how it looks like. So got that nice in there. Slides right in. This can be a bit hard to close. There we go. Because there's basically two joints. It's basically connected to two joints, so it can't just fold out like this. It can fold out a bit more like that as well. Terrible explanation of the situation, but yeah, whatever. Let's move on. The other side is pretty much identical, so there's not too much to show you. Although you can see a bit more. Hopefully, I'm just trying to give you a nice view of the curvature of the main structure, because it got a very nice sleek look, I think, because it's curved around the whole thing, so it's not very blocky. Here's another place that gives a bit more insight to the structure of it. Same up here, you can see these small spots right there that are exposed, where no tiles, also part of the structure. And this is very sturdy, as I mentioned in the very work in progress video, I think at least. You can just with one hand under here lift it very easily. And here you can see on the side that just got the antenna, just like on the other side, with the detailing going on here. Rotor spin and all that good jazz. So now let me just zoom out a little, and I'm gonna show you the model that it's based on, so we get a bit of a better view of how I got the idea to build this and where I got the ideas from. Here it is. This is the Rock Raiders Tunnel Transport. It was released back in 1999, I think. I'm not too sure, I kind of forgot it by now. And this is also where I got the name for the ship, the dropship for. It says in the title, as you can see, TT-4980. And that's simply the idea. I got the idea from this. This is named the Tunnel Transport, and the set name was, the set number was 4980, so just thought it was a fun name. Here you can really see how what's it called? How similar they are, because they're basically meant to be like identical, but a lot more of our Ultimate Collector series ones, like they do with some Star Wars sets. I kind of figured I could do one with the Rock Raiders set. You can see you got the legs here on the side, here in the front and the back. You got the rotors, the big ones, dual rotors, rotors, as you can see, like right here. You got the antennas, same here. Kind of the same shape on the cockpit, not entirely the same. And this cockpit, as you can see, is mounted lower down and sits flat to the ground, while this is up here. Reason for that, I think it would look really weird, considered because of this design. If this cockpit would have been down here, I think we can all agree on that. There's some things on this big ship though that I kind of see right now that I should really have put in. It doesn't have any lights, and it might become a bit obvious now when I say it, but this is supposed to be sort of a tunnel dropship that runs around in like futuristic alien planet type of thing, like just like what Raiders, and shoving around different vehicles and stuff, and doesn't have any lights. Just realized that's quite a problem. Yeah, fix that. Might show you in another video how it turned out in the end, because I'm definitely gonna add that. But enough about that. You blocking. I think I would just block the light. You got in the back here, you got two big engines, which you have back here. You also got this little thing that can shoot out and scout the area. Got things like this thing on the back here, this like spoiler-like thing. That's what these things on the side here are supposed to reassemble. Other than that, it's really similar in design-wise and look-wise. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Some people say that I might should have added some more colors to this. Big thing like maybe this turquoise color. Maybe have one line going along the ship, or maybe even these type of stickers on here somewhere. But you know, kind of like it how this looks with like no colors. It looks kind of raw. I like that. But yeah, that's all for me. I really hope you enjoyed this review. Sorry it wasn't that good, and my English was questionable to say the least. I haven't done a review in a long time, so I don't quite remember how I usually do to give it a nice structure. But nonetheless, I really hope you enjoyed this review, and hopefully I will be making more videos now, because I kind of have more time on my hands now, and have actually got some ideas to build. I have some more ideas for buildings and stuff. So stay tuned for that, and goodbye.